And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to another episode of New Earth TV Live. Let me just make sure I'm adjusting my camera here so you can see all of my head, not part of it. Okay, that looks better. And thank you again, everybody, once again, for being here. We're going to have a really great episode for everybody today. We're going to be talking about discussion about leaving the old Earth behind, coming into the new Earth. We're also going to be doing some warm-up exercises here momentarily. We're going to do some distance healing practice. Okay, we're going to do black ball, white ball today. And then, of course, moving on into the topic discussion. Then at the very end, we're going to do some Q&A as well, too. Okay, so guys, get your healing requests ready. Get your Q&A ready. So we are going to have an amazing episode today. But first of all, we're going to go into some announcements. Beautiful, sacred geometrical clothing, apparel, and accessories imbued with spirit source energy to heal, rejuvenate, detoxify, and strengthen the body. Shop now at healingcodeshop.com.
The latest revelation in alternative healing has arrived. The Healing Code Cards, a spiritual technology unlike anything else. Through the power of sacred geometry imbued with pure source energy, physical ailments can become eliminated and detoxified from your body. 36 cards specifically designed to work on the major areas of the body, encouraging natural recovery and increased vitality. Working with the cards are easy, and their healing results are profound. Download our collection of free sample cards so you can experience results for yourself. And don't forget to view our customer testimonials. Our printed Healing Code card deck is available now with shipping available worldwide. Visit our website at healingcodecards.com.
And of course, private sessions are available. They are actually available at discounted rates right now. Because at the start of November, I wanted to basically lower a bit of my rates just so more people can enjoy the private sessions and the other sessions that are available through newearthteachings.com, such as one-to-one private sessions with me as I do spirit communication, and you can talk on absolutely any topic, personal, semi-personal, and general in nature that you want through a private session. There's also the EQ method, right? Again, it's another instant healing system. It's the version 2, representing that of Elimination Query, eliminator of all inner conflicts. Then we have the brand new Spirit Insight sessions. So again, you can work with the Spirit Insight sessions through looking into other lifetimes, right? I basically go right directly into spirit, and we can look into other lifetimes if that is a request that you want to look into. So that again is available. It's an offline session. And then of course we have 3-question private email sessions. So again, for those of you who may be shy, who don't really want to do the face-to-face chats, and of course we have the 3-question private email sessions available as well too. Okay, so check it out, newearthteachings.com. I am still taking some bookings here for November, and I do have some time in December as well too to book some sessions. So if you guys really enjoy supporting me, if you really like everything that is on this channel, like I always say, you can always leave a contribution, or you can grab a private session, or again, you can grab Healing Code cards, Body Deck, Mind Deck, and of course the upcoming Energy Deck here, which is going to be ready between the end of November and early December. That really helps me out. So I really appreciate that, and I appreciate everybody's support continuously as I can continue to bring out this free content. So you're supporting me by doing all this, and I really deeply appreciate it. Okay, so let's move into New Earth TV Live today. We're going to start off with a warm-up exercise. Okay, so we're just going to work together with some heart rate variability breathing. And we're going to also go into some distance healing here. And again, we're going to be working with black ball, white ball. After that's done, I'll be doing the discussion topic about leaving the old earth behind and bringing in the new earth. And then we're going to get into some Q&A. Okay, so again, guys, get your distance healing requests ready. Like I said, you can do it for yourself or for somebody else that you know. And again, I'm happy to take any contributions you guys have. Then that way, that brings you into first in line. But nonetheless, I'm happy to do quite a few distant healing sessions today. Okay, so let's start off firstly with a warm-up. We're going to do some deep cleansing breaths. Okay, so taking a deep breath in, deep breath out, deep breath in, deep breath out. And once again, deep breath in, And deep breath out. I'll just take off these headphones, as I don't really need them. Okay, and we're going to move on to heart rate variability. So again, guys, we're working with the nose breathing here. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Well, Brad, why do we do just the nose breathing? Why can't we do an exhaling breath, say, out through the mouth? Well, because we want to trigger the parasympathetic nervous system. Okay, there's a lot of people who I see are meditating. They'll often do this when they meditate. Right? I can see that. Just people who are basically breathing in and then okay, I can understand maybe if your nose is plugged up at times, you may want to compensate with mouth breathing, and that's fine. But we really don't want to work too much with mouth breathing when we're doing meditation. It's the same thing if you're doing yoga, right? Make sure that you're being aware of your instructor saying that they should only let you breathe through the nose, in and out through the nose. Okay, it should not be mouth breathing. If you're really built up, you've got a lot of energy and you need to clear out breath quickly, sure. And you can do some mouth breathing. But if we're doing some very gentle yoga, if we're doing meditation, nose breathing, okay? Very, very important. We're stimulating the parasympathetic nervous system, okay? What that is that's relaxing you. Okay, if I'm doing this in meditation, I'm almost hyperventilating, right? That's stimulating the sympathetic, okay? That's getting into stress. That's getting into peril, so to speak. We don't want to get in that. We want to work with the nose breathing, in through the nose, out through the nose, stimulating the parasympathetic, slightly lowering the heart rate, right? Working together and forming equilibrium, bringing equilibrium into the body, harmonizing the nervous system, right? Bringing that balance together. Get a light on here. There we go. Bringing that balance together, working with the organs, rejuvenating them, okay? So when you're meditating, nose breathing, okay? So heart rate variability, 4 seconds in, 6 seconds out, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And one more time. Okay, just as simple as that. And you want to keep doing this. I'd say 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, just working with heart rate variability. And as you're doing that, you're seeing incredible benefits. It's going to improve your health. It's going to improve your meditation. You're going into a low idle, subtle state of being. And that's what we want to do. If we want to go into beingness, that's required, right? We cannot go into beingness if we're stressed out, if the monkey mind is doing this, blah, 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 blah. Here's what's happening today, and blah, blah, blah. And I stumped my toe today, and blah, 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 blah. That's not going to get us anywhere. That's just going to keep us in the race of the monkey mind. That's a hamster running a wheel. Okay? The hamster needs to get off the wheel. And now the hamster is going into a nice Zen posture and meditating, holding out his hands, doing his little hamster breaths. Okay? So I want you guys to do your hamster breaths. Do your nose breathing. And again, as you're there, heart rate variability, taking you into the lower, subtle, low idle states. And that is what's going to make you receptive to, in time, going into samadhi. Right? What is samadhi? Well, samadhi represents the idea of being aware, going into expanded consciousness, being the pure consciousness, being pure consciousness itself. That's really what our goal is when we're meditating. If you're not going into samadhi, you have to learn to relax yourself a lot more. You have to go into the parasympathetic. You have to go into the lower idle. You have to clear away the impermanences of being. You want to be still, and you want to just be. That's the important thing, okay? Once we're there, we again go into such a state of calmness, we're moving off into the right brain, and we're going into absorption, right? So we are going into self-absorption. We are absorbing pure consciousness. We are absorbing that pure awareness of ourselves. And we're moving into samadhi. We're being aware of being aware. We are the pure consciousness. That's our goal. If that's not your goal in meditation, you got to look into meditation a little bit more. Yes, we can use meditation for manifestation. That's another subject. But really, when we're looking to go into the pure nature of ourselves, we want to go low idle. Okay? And heart rate variability helps you to take yourself there. All right? Okay. So we're going to go into some distance healing. So if you guys do have some healing requests here in the chat, feel free to share. And hello, everybody. Welcome from Palm Springs, California, from New Zealand, from Thunder Bay, Canada. Hello, guys. Welcome, and thank you for being here. Okay. So, Christo Princess here has a healing request. My neck at the top of my back is so pinched, it hurts when I swallow. Oh, wow. That's pretty intense there, Crystal. So, yes, we can definitely work together with that. Okay, and Nevermind has a question. Can you help with heart palpitations? Doing black ball, white ball? Absolutely. So Nevermind, if you want to have a healing request, just request it, and I'll be happy to work with you on that. Okay? So Crystal Princess, we'll start off with you, with your neck hurting at the top of your back. And it pinched, it hurts so much that you can barely swallow. But you can swallow, but it hurts. Okay. Yes, we will work on that. So, Crystal Princess, all I want you to do right now, we're going to take, again, a couple more deep cleansing breaths. Okay, 1. And 2. And 3. Okay, we just do the deep cleansing breaths to keep us active and aware. Okay, and then when we go into past that active and awareness state, we're moving into subtle activity, subtle awareness. And that's where heart rate variability comes in, just in case anybody's asking. All right? So I'll just call you Crystal, if that's okay for a nickname. So Crystal, right now I just want you to place your hands upon the center of your chest. Now I want you to imagine that there is a black ball contained in the center of your chest, a hollow black ball. Okay? And I want you to see roots coming out of that black ball right now. Feeling those roots just wrapping around the area of the neck, even around the areas of the shoulders as well too, and around the areas of the spine. Okay, so you can wrap it around the cervical, the thoracic, and the lumbar, going all the way down to the sacrum. Okay, so just feel those roots wrapping all the way around the spine. Okay, around the neck, around the shoulders. Just where you see all of that injury. Okay, so it's like you're looking inside your body right now. You're looking inside the spine. And you see that kind of black tar. It's like black liquid that's just permeating around the area to where the injury is located. Okay, so I just want you to see that black liquid there. And now what we're going to do first, before we absorb that liquid, is we're going to do a simple affirmation. Okay, so Crystal, just repeat after me. I apologize to my body for being neglectful regarding this condition. I ask for my body's forgiveness, as well as its assistance, to clear away this condition, placing it into the black ball, to be absorbed by the loving energy, purifying this condition, and releasing it to spirit. And so it is. Okay. Very good. So now that we have done that affirmation, Crystal, your body is now very, very happy that you are paying attention to it. You're asking for its forgiveness. Automatically gives you that forgiveness. Okay. So now I want you to feel all the roots wrapped around the area of the spine, just absorbing all of that black liquid, right? All of that black tar. It's being absorbed, being placed directly into the black ball. Okay, feeling all of that black liquid being moved directly into that black ball. So just take a moment, feeling all of that being absorbed in here. Okay, now Crystal, I want you just to hold out your hands, and I want you to see a white ball appearing directly in the middle of your palms. Okay? And what I want you to do, Crystal, is I want you to think of a very perfect healing thought. As we're doing healing here, I want you just to think of a thought that would basically just bring you into such warmth, into such comfort, into such relaxation, into such joy. Just seeing yourself in that perfected state. Okay? And we can do this just by looking at a perfect moment. Just thinking of a perfect moment that applies to healing, where through that perfect moment you're seeing your body completely recovered. You're seeing your body completely in recuperation. You're seeing it completely rejuvenated. Okay? As you have that thought, just imagine like you're taking it out of the brow chakra, okay? And you're just holding this kind of crystal sliver, okay, like a white crystal sliver that represents that thought. And you're just putting it directly into the center of the white ball. Okay? Now I want you just to concentrate on that perfect moment, that moment of happiness. And we're just slowly expanding the white ball now, making it bigger and bigger. So we're making that perfect moment even more perfect. We're making that beautiful moment even more beautiful. We're making that healing moment even more rejuvenating. We're making that loving moment even more loving. And we're expanding the ball, making it about 6 or 7 times bigger than its original size. Just feeling that love, that happiness, that joy. Smile, giggle if you have to. All right, once we do that, we're slowly compressing the ball back to roughly around the same size as the black ball in your chest. Okay, putting it directly into the black ball in the center of the chest, and both balls now are merging into a single ball. Now that it is a single ball, you're seeing all of that white light contained in the white ball absorbing the black liquid energy. Okay, so everything that represents that pain energy, that tension, that stress energy, representing that black liquid, is being absorbed by the white liquid right now. So you're just seeing it mixing together. You're seeing this alchemy. You're seeing this transmutation taking place. The white liquid is overtaking and absorbing the black liquid. Now we're seeing kind of a pale white color. I want you just to continue to see it stirring around. Continue to see it absorbing until you see that white light brightened. So it's like you're looking at an illumined, bright white ball in the center of your chest. Okay, just feeling that there. Okay, and I want you just to hold that intention now as I connect with Spirit. I command God's Spirit light to purify and refine all of the pure, loving white liquid contained within the chest of Crystal, placing all of that love energy throughout her spine, throughout all areas of her body that require repair, rejuvenating, purifying, and refining those areas, and any additional love energy that remains, placing it into other areas of her body and mind that require healing as well. Apply. Okay, deep breath in, deep breath out. Okay, so Crystal, if you're seeing the white ball empty now, that means that the love energy is now going into work and it's clearing out the body entirely. Okay, so it's going to work, doing all the work that it needs to purify and refine the body. Okay, so feel free to repeat this if you like, Crystal. Just go back to the recording, just go back to this point, and you can repeat it a second time, a third time, as many times as you need to helping you through this condition. Okay, the more that we do this daily, the more that that's going to help you. Okay, it's also good to do the BCR technique 30-day challenge. Okay, that will really work together. Love energy is going to help with that. Now again, we're putting a lot of love energy into ourselves. That's really going to help us a lot too with the physical, emotional, and mental body. But we also want to make sure we're doing some physical exercises as well too. Okay, so maybe you want to get some massage going. Maybe doing some gentle yoga postures as well too. That can help you with this. Some therapeutic exercises as well too that can help you with that additionally. Okay, alongside the BCR technique and the black-white ball technique. Okay, thank you, Crystal, and hope you feel better. Okay, I got a contribution request here from Sama. Sama says, need healing from my husband, Shaukat. Okay, I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. Shaukat. Okay, very good. Yes, Sama, we can certainly do that for him. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to be talking to Shaukat's higher self. Okay, so that's really the intention that I'm going to set here for him. So Sama, you can just basically send a lot of loving, healing support in the background. It's not like the realignment method. In the realignment method, you're functioning much more as the medium. What we're doing with the black ball, white ball is I'm just talking to his higher self. And Sama, you can send some of that additional love healing. Everybody here can also send additional love healing to Shao-Kat, okay? So I'm going to talk to Shao-Kat's higher self. I'm going to look at Shao-Kat's higher self body, linked directly to his physical body, okay? And so Shao-Kat, I just want you to place your hands upon the center of your chest right now. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Okay, Shao-Kat, I want you to see a black ball contained in the center of your chest. Okay, seeing roots coming out, placing it directly into the areas of your body that are causing discomfort, causing pain sensation, causing injury, illness, etc. Okay, Shao-Kat, I want you now just to repeat after me the following affirmation. I apologize to my body for being neglectful regarding this condition. I ask for my body's forgiveness as well as its assistance to clear away these conditions, bringing them into harmony, placing all debris directly into the black ball, having it transmuted through pure spirit light, releasing it to spirit to be forgiven and purified in totality. And so it is. All right. And so now that we have done the forgiveness, Shao-Kat, I want you just to feel the black roots, absorbing all of that debris, putting it directly into the black ball. It is done. Thank you. Okay, Shao-Kat, now just holding out the ball, the white ball. Shao-Kat, I want you now just to think of a very happy memory, something that brings you great happiness, great joy. Do you have that? Yes. Higher self says yes. Okay. So we're going to take that out through the brow chakra, just like a little pearl, kind of like a fine white pearl. And we're just putting that wonderful thought directly into the center of the ball, the white ball. We're expanding it now, putting all that happiness. Shao-Kat, your higher self is working beautifully with this. Working right along. I barely need to give the higher self any instructions because it is the higher self. Right? Feeling all of that energy expanding. Great, great, wonderful. Okay, compressing it into a little white ball, roughly around the same size as the black ball. Putting the white ball and the black ball together as one, merging it together in harmony. Putting this directly into the physical self of Shao-Kat. Feeling all of that white light liquid mixing around, purifying, mixing it together, where the white light becomes dominant. Great, already seeing that bright whiteness of energy. Higher self is really helping out Shao-Kat here. Very good. Okay, so we're just holding that intention there. I will connect with Spirit now. I command God's Spirit Light to purify and refine all of the pure love energy contained within the chest of Shao-Kat, taking all of that pure love energy, placing it all into the areas of the body, of his body that require it, purging and purifying and refining all of those areas, bringing him back into full restoration, rejuvenation, replenishment, and recovery, and allowing any form of residual love energy that remains, healing other particular areas that require it within his being. Apply. Okay, the ball is now empty. Very good. Blessings to the higher self of Shao-Kat. All right. So Sama, talk to your husband. Let him know that a healing was done for him, okay? His higher self was was there. It was right on the ball. Was doing something very, very beautiful, just working together with me. It was wonderful feeling. Okay? So hope he feels better. Okay? So if you can, show him this part of the recording. All right? And that will also help him. It's good for him to be aware that healing's being done for him. Okay? Thank you, Sama. Okay, so we have another healing request here through contribution. This is from Jessica. Hello, Jessica. I would love your help in releasing my trauma and stepping fully into my highest potential. Thank you for all you do. Okay, great. Yes, Jessica, we can work on that. So like I said, it's just a matter of you going deeply, right? As the more that you go deep into yourself and you're willing to forgive all this and you're ready to release it and let it go, that's what's going to bring about the greatest triumph. Okay? So Jessica, placing your hands upon the center of your chest, seeing the black ball in the center of your chest now. And I want you now just to, well, since you're looking into traumas, we're looking into the emotional area. Okay, so we're going to work with the mind at this time through this session, okay? So what I want you to do, Jessica, is I want you just to take a moment. I want you to think of intense traumas that you have been through. Harsh emotions, harsh emotional conflicts. Okay, we're not getting attached to them. We're just observing them. We're just being a witness to them, okay? So as you think of your first trauma, I want you just to imagine like you're taking out this black-colored nugget. It's like a small piece of charcoal, okay? And that represents the dense trauma, okay? And you're taking that out to the brow chakra, and you're putting it directly into the black ball. Okay? You go back into the brow chakra. You're thinking of something else that was very, very intense. Okay? You're extracting it from the brow chakra, like a little piece of charcoal, putting it into the black ball. Okay? I'll give you a few more seconds here if you have another one that you want to place directly into the black ball. Okay? Just seeing it as a little tiny chunk of charcoal. Okay, now that you have that placed in the center of the black ball, we're now going to do the affirmation for our body. Repeat after me. I apologize to my body for being neglectful regarding this condition. I ask for my body's forgiveness as well as its assistance to clear away these conditions, to purify and refine them, releasing them to spirit, to be purified and forgiven in totality. And so it is. Okay, very good. So now, Jessica, I just want you to hold out your hands, and you're seeing a white ball in the center of your palms now. Okay, so now I want you to go into your mind. I want you just to look at a very, very happy thought. Something, again, that feels like the perfect moment. Something as happy as you feel you can bring into your awareness. Okay, once you have that happy thought, that perfect moment, just want you to imagine, again, you're taking it out of your brow chakra, and it's like a fine white pearl. Okay, and you're just putting that directly in the center of this white ball. Okay, I want you just to slowly start to expand your hands, making that perfect moment even more perfect, making that beautiful moment even more beautiful, making that loving moment even more lovely, expanding this pure, beautiful happiness, this pure, beautiful joy, this pure compassion, making that white ball about 7 times its size, smiling, giggling along the way. Okay, shrinking that ball down, roughly to around the same size as the black ball. Okay, taking that white ball now, putting it directly into the black ball. White ball and black ball fuse together, forming a single ball. Okay, and I want you to see the white light overtaking the black liquid inside the ball. Okay, so again, remember guys, love energy is so much stronger than conflict. Conflict is lack energy. It's a very, very weak energy. Doesn't stand a chance against love. Okay? So love energy is overtaking it, it's absorbing it, it's engulfing it. Transmutation taking place, feeling that stirring of energy. And we just want to see that white light brighten. Okay, we want that ball in the center of our chest to be a bright white ball. Okay, so I just want you to hold that there, Jessica, and I will now connect with Spirit. I command God's Spirit light to purify and refine all of the white light, love energy contained within the center of the ball in Jessica's chest, taking all of that pure, refined love energy, placing it directly into her mind, directly into her emotional and mental body, purifying and refining all of the emotional conflicts and traumas that she has been going through, and any residual love energy that remains, placing it directly into areas of the physical, mental, and emotional body that will also require this loving, healing energy. Apply. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Okay. So Jessica, if that ball is now completely clear, if it's empty, That's great. Love energy is working on you, okay? So we want to continue to work on this. This is not meaning that you're out of the woods yet completely, okay? We're getting a lot of release going, but we still have to look a lot deeper into these things, okay? So Jessica, BCR Technique 30-Day Challenge, okay? One of the best things you can do for yourself is doing that. So that would be my recommendation, to clean out additional areas of yourself, and this will help you greatly, okay? Thank you, Jessica. Okay, so here's one from Alma. Alma has a contribution here. Thank you. Alma says, need healing for my husband, Addis. He suffers from acid reflux and doesn't sleep through the night. Okay, so Alma, we're going to do the same thing, just as I did previously for Salma's husband. All right, so I'm going to be talking to his higher self. Okay, so like I said, Alma, you can be in the background just sending love and support. Everybody here in the background, you can send love and support to Alma's husband, Addis. Okay, then we're going to take about 1 or 2 more healing requests. Then we're going to go into the topic. Then we're going to go into Q&A. Okay? All right, so I'm going to talk to Addis here. I'm going to talk to his higher self. Okay, directly connected now to the physical self of Addis. Okay, so Addis higher self, seeing the black ball directly in the center of your chest. Okay, taking out roots, wrapping it all around the stomach, wrapping around the liver, wrapping around the kidneys, wrapping around the pancreas, wrapping around the spleen. Okay, so just all around the major organs. Whenever we have acid reflux, we have to remember that major organs are connected to this as well. It's not just one organ in question. All right, so we're putting all of those roots together in the major organs. You can even put it around the heart. We can put it around the lungs as well too. Okay, and now we're going to do the affirmation. I apologize to my body for being neglectful regarding this condition. I ask for my body's forgiveness, as well as its assistance, to clear away these conditions, to purify and refine them, releasing them to spirit, to be brought into purification and forgiveness in totality. And so it is. Okay, feeling all of that black liquid contained in the major organs, particularly again the stomach, as that's ground zero. Feeling all of that black liquid energy being absorbed through the roots directly into the black ball. Feeling that black ball, there's a lot of debris in his organs, Alma, okay? He's got to take care of himself. He's got to eat better, okay? He's been eating a lot of junk. Okay, you got to make sure he's going on a good nutritious plan, a nutritious path. Okay, there's a lot of gunk in his system. You're going back into years, right? Going back into his younger years. A lot of gunk. So please take care of yourself, Alda, okay? Addis, I should say, Addis. Take good care of yourself here. Okay, so a lot of that liquid is now filling up the black ball. It's really full, okay? A lot of debris here. So please just be aware of that, Addis, okay? Eat healthy. Take good care of yourself. All right, so now that that's there, holding the white ball here. Okay, seeing the white ball. And now to Addis's higher self, just taking a very happy memory, a perfect moment, directly out of the brow chakra, putting it directly into the white ball, that beautiful pearl. And now we're going to start expanding, making it wider and more beautiful. Perfection, joy, happiness, love, bliss, making it 7 times bigger than its original size. Compressing it now, placing it into the black ball. Very good. Higher self again knows what it's doing. Balls are now combined together into one ball. White liquid is now overtaking the black. Okay, there's a lot of mixing going on here. Like I said, that black ball was almost completely full. Okay, so the white ball is coming in. The ball right now is a lot bigger. Okay, it's about out to here, to his chest. It's like this. Okay, really, really big. Okay, feeling all of that white liquid, all that pure loving energy, all that happiness, all of that joy from Addis's higher self. Mixing it together, purifying it, moving it into pure, bright white light, white liquid. Okay, very good. Holding that there, I will now connect to Spirit. I command God's Spirit light to purify and refine all of the pure Spirit light, loving energy liquid directly into Addis's chest through the ball, taking all of that pure, healing, loving energy liquid, putting it directly into all of the organs within his body, helping to rejuvenate his organs, helping to clear away entirely the acid reflux within his stomach, purifying the cells of his body, and taking any residual love energy that remains through this ball, placing it directly into those additional areas that he may not be aware of, bringing additional healing, rejuvenation, replenishment, recovery, and perfection back into his being. Apply. Okay, deep breath in, deep breath out. Okay, so Elma, please let your husband know that a healing has been done from him. Have him watch this video, okay? And again, this is a direct message to Addis. Please take good care of your body. Okay, you have a lot of gunk in there, right? So please make sure you're eating well. Please make sure you're exercising. You're doing a lot of good work to keeping your body healthy, right? You have a lot of debris in there from when you were younger as well, too. Okay. Thank you, Alma, for your request. Okay, guys, so about one or two more, and then we're going to go to the topic. Let's see here. Let me just go back up here. Okay, here's one from, yes, this one's for Leslie. Okay. So Leslie has, please help my chronic neck jaw problem. Okay, so Leslie will be the last one. Then we're going to move on to the topic discussion, then the Q&A. Okay? So Leslie, yes, happy to help you here. So Leslie, right now I just want you to place your hands upon the center of your chest. Seeing the black ball there. Okay, so as you were talking about the neck and the jaw, we're going to see those black roots coming out of the bottom of the ball, moving upwards, wrapping it all around the jaw. I want you just to wrap it around the entire skull. Okay, wrapping all of these black roots around your entire skull. Okay, wrap it around the neck, going all the way down the spine, going down the cervical, the thoracic, the lumbar, to the sacrum. Okay, so all this black roots are wrapping around that area. Okay, you can even wrap around the shoulders, shoulder joints, wrapping around there too. Okay, now that we have done that, we're going to go into affirmation. So repeat after me, Leslie. I apologize to my body for being neglectful regarding this condition. I ask for my body's forgiveness as well as its assistance to clear away this condition, to transmute and purify the energy, releasing it to spirit, to be purified and forgiven in totality. And so it is. Okay? So now body is happy that you've asked for its forgiveness. Body is now going to work together with you. Okay, so looking into the area, the concentrated area of the jaw and the neck, we're seeing all of that black liquid being absorbed, being sucked up by the black roots. Black roots are depositing all of that black liquid dense energy directly into the black ball. Okay, so you're seeing it all being absorbed, deposited directly into that ball. Okay, after we have done that, we hold out our hands. We see the white ball directly in the center of our hands, okay, in between our palms. So now, Leslie, I want you to think of something very, very happy, something very, very beautiful, right? Whatever it is within your memory. If it's a good dream, if it's a beautiful dream, use that. If it's something wonderful from your childhood, use that. Just think of a happy moment, a perfect moment, okay? Feel that perfect moment coming out through your brow chakra and just seeing like you're holding a white pearl, and you're just putting that white pearl directly in the center of the white ball, okay? And now we're going to slowly expand our hands, right? Just feeling that love and happiness expanding, getting bigger and bigger, making that perfect moment even more perfect, making that happy moment even more happy, making that white ball about 7 times its original size, smiling and giggling along the way. Okay, now we're just slowly compressing that ball, roughly making it around the same size as the black ball, putting that directly into the black ball. Black ball, white ball, merging together to form a single ball. Now Leslie, I just want you to look inside your chest, seeing all of that white liquid completely overtaking all of the black liquid, all of that pain energy, all of that denseness. Okay? White liquid is absorbing it. It's absorbing it, it's transmuting it, mixing it all together, seeing again changes in regards to texture. Right? So seeing it become kind of a pale white, moving more in that sense to a kind of pastel white, and then finally moving it much more into a bright white. So you see a bright white ball in the center of your chest. Okay, we see that bright white ball because that's letting us know that the transmutation process is complete and the loving energy completely has overtaken the ball. Okay, so as you see that bright white liquid there, just holding it there with your intention to hold it there, holding that love, I will connect with Spirit. I command God's Spirit light to purify and refine all of the pure white liquid contained in the ball in the center of Leslie's chest, placing all of that pure, loving energy from the white ball directly into her jaw and into her neck and into all other areas of her body that require healing, bringing her body in its entirety back into full replenishment, rejuvenation, recovery, and perfection. Apply. Okay, deep breath in, deep breath out. Okay, Leslie, if that ball is now empty, love energy is going through your system, clearing out all of those particular areas that have been previously contaminated. Okay, so feel free to repeat this exercise if you wish. Just going back to this recording, watching it again. Also, I recommend BCR Technique 30-Day Challenge. Okay, also some therapeutic exercises that can help you out with the jaw, with the neck as well too. Okay, there's definitely a lot of tension in there, a lot of soreness. It may be improper posture. It's also the idea of accumulation of a great deal of tension energy, right? Stress energy. So we want to be mindful of that. We want to make sure we keep cleaning the body as often as we can, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally as well. So we do that through this, and we do that through the 30-day BCR technique. Okay, just as two examples for that. Healing code cards will help you out with that as well too. Okay. Thank you guys, everybody. Thank you very much for all of your requests for healing. So now we're going to go into the big discussion today, and then we're going to get into some Q&A. So again, if you guys do have some Q&A here, feel free to put that down in the chat. I'll be getting to it shortly. So the discussion I want to talk about today is, again, just leaving the old earth behind and bringing the new earth into your life. So I have talked about this off and on throughout past videos. Okay. So the whole idea, again, as we're moving into this great state of change, this is just letting us know that we're getting ready to close an old door, right? We're closing an old door in regards to old affairs, old changes, even our situations with family. This is affecting us on every particular level. It's affecting collectively, and it's affecting personally. So everything that's taking place right now, it's just a matter of saying goodbye to it, right? So again, if we're playing around with these agendas, we're playing around with vaccination agendas, we're playing around with mask agendas, we're playing around with social distancing, it's just a matter of taking a stand and saying, I'm not part of that world anymore. I'm not in the world that's going to be totalitarian. I'm not going to be part of that world that's going to be oppressive. I'm not going to be part of that world that wants me to be a part of what they think order should be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend more time looking into a new earth. It's very similar to what we did last week with the new earth meditation, right? We were basically pushing that old earth out the door. Something very, very important. That's something that we really want to put our intentions into. This, again, is really, in a form of disguise, doing a great favor for us. It's very good that a lot of these agendas are coming out right now because it's helping us to look at everything that we know we're ready to conclude, we're ready to give up on, and we're ready to push out the door. Okay. One of the common questions I get is, well, Brad, if I don't take this vaccination, I'm going to lose my job. If I don't take this poke, I can kiss my job goodbye. I can kiss my salary goodbye. I can kiss all of that goodbye. Whereas I understand that, right? Because I'm not looking to be cold with you guys in any way. I would say, well, it all comes down to the same question, right? What is more important, your healthy well-beingness or your work? Because as soon as you're playing with vaccines, you're playing Russian roulette here, okay? You're basically taking that pistol, you're rolling the chamber, and you don't know if you got a bullet in that gun or if it's an empty chamber. And that's really the situation with vaccinations right now. There are ones that are harmless, and there are ones that are harmful, but you don't know what you're getting. It's such a mix, right? So there are ones that are basically saline solutions. Again, there's ones that are kind of sterile, neutral, don't really do anything, and there are those that are toxic, right? So there are the bad batch. You could say there's harmless batch mixed together with the bad batch. You really don't know what you're getting. Now, some people are deciding to take legal action in regards to their companies. That's an option, right? Some people are saying, okay, well, if you want me to take this, I have to have assurances, right? I have to see that you have to take legal responsibility if I'm harmed in any particular way. There's people doing that as well, too, right? There's a lot of different avenues for us to take here. What I really would not suggest is just blindly taking it so that you can save your job, right? Blindly taking it, risk putting your health at risk, just so that you can get a paycheck, just so that you can have your salary. The reason I bring this up is because it's a continual question. I get it all the time. Brad, my work is demanding that I have to get vaccinated. If I don't get vaccinated, I'll lose my job. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? So these are, again, the common options. Altogether, though, you really have to look into what this poke is going to do with you. It has a risk here, right? Maybe you're able to get something that's harmless. It's a possibility. But like I said, it's no more different than playing Russian roulette. Am I vaccinated? No, not at all. Nor do I intend to. I don't contribute to the old world. Even if I was to say, okay, well, it could just be a harmless vaccine. It's no big deal. I'll just pop it into myself. No, because I'm supporting an unethical agenda. I'm supporting an agenda that has no form of compassion to it, no form of love. It represents everything of the old world. And so I am choosing not to involve myself with that whatsoever, right? I used to work in the corporate world. I used to work in those big jobs as well, too. I used to do like marketing and strategy and all that. And I worked in those positions. And let's just say if I was to go back to 2008, because that's when I was working in those kind of jobs, and something like this came along and said, Brad, you have to take this or you got to go. And that was my salary job. That's where I was making all my money. And basically I would say, in the most politest way I can, shove it. Right? And I would basically walk off the job and leave. It's basically what I did in the long run anyways. So that was my take on it, right? So I would never, ever feel like my entire health and well-being is up for grabs here based upon a false agenda, a psyop. So again, this is all part of an old earth agenda that we're pushing out the door. So as we do that, as we basically make a decision, we're sitting with that decision. We're saying, this is exactly what I need to do. I'm going to leave my job. I'm going to become an entrepreneur. I have a business partner. We're going to start something new. A lot of people are doing this. People are starting new businesses that are far more ethical. They're contracting other people, right? They're forming partnerships. They may start something on their own, a proprietorship. They may start new corporations that would never dream of booting people out. So this is, again, why it's a wonderful thing. New ideas, new innovations, new seeds are being planted based upon all of these old corrupt systems being exposed. So the whole idea is you really want them to go the way of the dinosaur. You want to let them go extinct. These old corporations, if they are not willing to change, if they have no form of ethical procedure within themselves, they're going to die off. If they are not in any way respecting the human being, right? Saying, okay, yeah, we care about you, but if you don't take this shot, then you're fired. Well, that's a lot of care. That's a lot of compassion there, isn't it? Right? If you don't take this possibly poisonous shot, right, then you're fired and you can go to hell. That's basically what they're saying. There's nothing ethical about that whatsoever. There's nothing compassionate about that whatsoever. It's time to let that old facet of yourself die out, right? Let that die. If they're not willing to change, they go the way of the dinosaur. So instead, now it's a time to be inventive. Now it's a time to be innovative. Now it's a time to bring in new opportunities for yourself. So that may be starting a new business on your own. That may be talking to others and saying, hey, you know what? I'm starting a business. You and I are doing the same thing. Let's work together and I would never ever cast you out because of a vaccination. Let's work together. Let's do this. Great. You see, this is where the power is in coming together. This is the power that is when we collectively unite. Because through tragedy comes the greatest opportunity of unification. So this is again just reminding us to push out the old earth, push out everything that's corrupt. Do not be ashamed of saying no. It does not matter if you're getting slandered. It does not matter if your family thinks you're nuts, you're crazy. Oh, my son, my daughter, they won't get the vaccination. They're crazy. They're doing all this conspiracy theory nonsense, blah, 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 blah. Who cares, right? This is how you honestly feel. You're following your heart. You never, ever have to justify following your heart. That's the most noble thing that you can ever do. Your parents may not understand. Your family may not understand. Your friends may not understand. They don't have to. Right? In their world, they feel that vaccination is a godsend. Right? They're praising the scientists. They're praising the doctors. Even afterwards, they get blood clots. They get sick. Maybe they're praising the doctors till their deathbed. I don't know. But that does not have to be your path. If you already know this is not what I'm going to do, this is not feeling right, this is not correct at all, push that old earth out the door. And now that you've made your decision, focus on the new earth. See all those new seeds being planted. See people all over the world working together. Seeing these new organizations, these new companies being put together that would never even think of doing something like that to the people that are working with them. They would never ever push them out the door because they don't get a poke in their arm, right? That would be unthinkable. That's who you want to be in line with, because those people do exist, and those organizations do exist, and those companies do exist, and those seeds are existing. And that's where you want to put your new intention forward. So what I would suggest is that there is a big group, right? So whether you maybe found some big groups on social media, there's my group, New Earth Teachings, right? The New Earth Teachings group on Telegram. Tell people, talk to people and saying, guys, I'm thinking of leaving my job. I'm just wondering if there's anybody else here that's doing the same thing. Maybe we can work together, or maybe you know somebody who's working together, and we can create something together. Perfect. That's great, because I will certainly send people that way as well too if I know some others who are creating some really, really wonderful businesses. All right. So there's like new accountants that are opening up. Right. They'll work together virtually, or they could work together in the same office, and they're just creating a new accounting firm. They would never think of having to get vaccinated. Right. All of these possibilities are here, but all you're doing is planting the new seeds of the new earth. It's like I said, you're flying through the new earth. You're seeing people coming together. You're seeing people holding hands. You're seeing how people are prospering. And that's what's going to happen through all this. We got to get all the garbage out of the way. It's very much like what we're doing at the black ball, white ball, right? We're putting all that gunk into a ball. We're taking all of our goodness into another ball. We're merging them together. Love is going to overtake the corrupt. Love is going to overtake the dense. And that is the very same truth in regards to your life. Let love lead the way. Lead with your heart. Push the old earth out the door. Let the new earth reign supreme. Plant those seeds. Work together. And you will be amazed at how incredible life is now. Right? I've cleaned all that gunk out of my life now. I'm now working with a new business partner of mine. We got these great ideas. We're going to start working together with ethical products. We're going to help people with healing, with healthcare, with wellness. Great. That's wonderful to hear. I've heard success stories like that. So let's keep it up. Let's keep doing that. Work together, build new innovations, create a new foundation, a new substratum for ourselves. All right? Okay, guys, now we're going to go to Q&A. So let me just go down the chat here. If you guys do have any questions, you can feel free to put it in the chat. Okay. Okay, Davy John, I just got your comment here. It feels like my mind and body is filled with black goo. Your mind and your body is filled with black goo. I need a little bit more information on that, Davy John. Okay, so what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to email me, okay? Because we kind of want to look into what's going on here, okay? So I want to learn a little bit more about your backstory. So Davy John, if you want, just drop me an email, okay? info@newearthteachings.org, or go on to newearthteachings.com, go to the contact page, contact me, and I'll see the best way I can do to help you with that, okay? I'd like a little bit more background on what you're going through, since it's a little vague, okay? Thank you. Okay, yeah, never mind. Sorry, I forgot to get to you because you had heart palpitations. So never mind. Let's do a quick healing for you, and then we're going to get into Q&A. Okay? Sorry, never mind. I didn't see your other comment there. Sometimes I'm racing through the chat and I don't see your comments, guys, and I apologize for that. Okay, so never mind. If you're with me now, placing your hands upon the center of your chest, seeing the black ball there. Okay. Seeing the black root coming out of the bottom of the ball, wrapping around the heart. Okay. I just want you to feel all of those roots just covering the heart on the inside and the outside of that heart all together. All right. So never mind. I'm just going to refer to you as never, if that's okay. Okay. So as the black roots are there, you're now just going to repeat after me the following affirmation. I apologize to my body for being neglectful regarding this condition. I ask for my body's forgiveness, as well as its assistance, to clear away this condition, purifying and releasing it into the ball, sending it to Spirit to be purified and forgiven in totality. And so it is. Okay, very good. So now that you have done that, you're now seeing the black roots absorbing all of the black liquid that represents the culprit behind the heart palpitations. Okay, if there's any problems with the heart, the palpitations that you're going through, okay, you're just feeling all of that black liquid dense energy just around the heart, around its arteries, around everything, just around the entire heart area, around the entire chest cavity. Okay, we're feeling all of that energy being sucked out and placed directly into the black ball. Okay? Okay, now that that's there, I want you now to hold out your hand, seeing a white ball in the center of your palms. Okay, and never, I want you now to go into your mind. Okay, and just think of a very happy moment, something very positive, something perfect, a perfect moment within your life, right? Whether it's in your dream, whether it's in your memory, doesn't matter. Just something that you would consider to be the perfect moment, the happiest moment you can imagine. Okay, extracting that out of your brow chakra, like a little white pearl, putting that in the center of the white ball. Okay, now that we're doing that, slowly expanding the white ball, making that perfect moment even more perfect, making that happy moment even more happier, making that joyful moment more joyful, making that ball about 7 times its size, smiling and giggling along the way. Okay, slowly compressing that ball, roughly the same size as the black ball. Okay, putting it directly into the chest, feeling the black ball and the white ball merging together as one, a single ball. Okay, I want you to feel all that white liquid of love energy from the white ball, absorbing the black liquid. Like I said, love energy will always overtake corruption. It will always overtake the dense, the lack. All right? So we're seeing that stir around. We're seeing the love energy taking it over, absorbing it, mixing it together. Seeing it kind of as a pale white light, moving more into a pastel, and now moving into a brighter white light. So seeing that entire ball in the center of your chest becoming a bright white ball. Okay, while it's there, just holding on to it. I command God's spirit light to completely purify and refine all of the white liquid love energy directly in the chest of Never, taking all of that pure loving energy, refined, and placing it directly into the heart and chest cavity, clearing up all of the issues, all of the densities, all of the conflicts that represented the heart palpitation for Never. Clearing it up, bringing it back into complete and total healing, rejuvenation, replenishment, recovery, and perfection. Apply. Okay, deep breath in, deep breath out. So never, if the white ball is now empty, that love energy in the ball is now going to work on the heart and chest cavity area. Okay? So repeat this exercise if you need to. It's here for you. I hope you feel well. Okay? Okay, guys, I just need to beg your pardon for 1 minute. I just have to make a quick bathroom break. I've been drinking water all morning, so nature calls. So please just give me about 90 seconds and I'll return. Give me 90 seconds and we'll move on to Q&A. Okay? 1 moment. Okay, that's better. In my mornings, I drink maybe about, 4 or 5 glasses of water starting the day, so it goes through you pretty quickly. So let's go ahead now and move on to some Q&A. All right, again, guys, thank you for your patience. So let me just go down the list here. So again, guys, I'll be back next week, next Friday, for another newer TV Live. So again, if you have healing requests, what I suggest, guys, is showing up early. Okay, get here about 5 or 10 minutes before the broadcast. Go in the chat, put out your requests. That's how you're not last in line. Okay, show up early. Some people have done that strategy, and it works well. Okay. All right, let me go down the list here. So we're just looking for questions right now. Okay, Nelson asks a question here. Brad, could you do a standalone video about looking glass technology? Nelson, that is a very good idea. Yes, I'll add it to my list, especially when you guys recommend me do certain videos. I'm more than happy to do that, okay? So I'll add that to my list. Let me see if I can do that right now then. Let's see, because I was going to do the chakras and subtle centers video yesterday, but we have the Festival of Lights here, and my entire place was just saturated with people lighting off firecrackers. It was really, really noisy. I said, that's not a good day to do a video. It's supposed to happen again tonight, so probably Saturday I'll start filming some episodes here. But the chakras and subtle centers, and here's a big announcement as well too, guys. I'm going to be making a brand new online course, okay? And it's about the chakras and subtle the chakras and subtle body systems course. It's going to be very, very detailed. I'll be looking into different methods of working together with the chakra centers, as well as different systems that represent the chakra centers, and how you can balance them and how you can clean them out. We'll also be working with the subtle body as well too, understanding it a great deal more, and healing the subtle body as well too. So I'm going to be making this online course. It's going to be available on Udemy. Okay, it's going to be a paid course, but it's going to be very, very extensive. A lot of information in it. But I'm also going to be making a free video about the basics of the chakra centers and how to balance them out. Okay, so that one's coming up probably, if it's nice tonight, if it's not too many firecrackers and fireworks going crazy, and I might film it tonight. If not, it'll be tomorrow. Okay, and I'll put that down as well too. Looking glass technology. So you guys are witnessing me right now putting it down, so it will be on the list. Looking glass technology, insight video. Okay, we may also look into the human guardians a lot more too. Okay, so it'll be looking glass technology and the human guardians. We'll be looking into that. So that's on the list now. Thank you, Nelson, for your suggestion. I deeply appreciate that. Okay. So let me go down the list here a bit more. Again, if you guys have questions, feel free to put it down. All right. Okay, here's one from Ali Mills. Ali says, could we get guidance from Source on how we switch from fossil fuels to cleaner, free alternatives? Well, that's already happening, Ali. That's already in the process of taking place. The reason why, again, it's slow and somewhat stagnant is because, again, a lot of the Dark Force members are still trying to hold on to oil. They're still trying to hold on to nuclear power. They're still trying to hold on to dirty electricity as well, too. Right? They've also said that when you have an electric car, it pretty much is as dirty as having probably like a diesel, a diesel automobile. So again, it has a lot of EMF problems as well too, ELF and EMF. So yes, there are certainly a lot of new things in the works. Basically, where we're moving the next couple of years is we're going to see a lot more flying vehicles, right? A lot of, I wouldn't say anti-gravitational, but basically flying cars. You could say flying vehicles. A lot more of that will be coming into the fold here in the next couple of years. They may start to work together with hydrogen power, solar power, salt water as well too. There's a lot of different options that are coming together. So it's already on the table. It's already in the works. But again, the Dark Force members have to get out of the way, because if they're around, all they're going to try and do is sabotage and slander things and make it feel, this is not feasible, this is not equitable, this is not going to work, it's not going to bring about business, blah, 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 blah. So they will still attempt to slander such things. That's why it's preventing a lot of that from doing like a full rollout, a lot of those new technologies. Okay, they have to be out of the way completely. I've talked about this before. In order for, Jonas has talked about this too, in order for these new technologies to fully roll out, there has to be less of a presence relating to Dark Force members that are going to slander everything, right? You don't want them around to slander stuff. So what they're doing is they're working to get them out of the way, taking them out of positions of authority, having new people coming together in these authorities, creating new regulations, and now new power systems can come together. They're also looking to unleash Tesla technology, right? So like the Wardenclyffe towers, the Tesla technology, wireless electricity. Okay, that's something that's very much in our future. But again, the Dark Force members have to get out of the way before that can happen. So it's certainly happening. So what I would suggest, Ali, and everybody else that wants this to happen, group meditation, mass meditation. And I know as soon as I say that, Brad, can you do it? I'll see. I'm kind of more intended to kind of work with the earth, with a mass earth meditation. But you guys don't need me to do it, right? So I'm happy to promote it. If you guys do have a group that's together and you want to do a mass meditation about new technology coming together, let me know and I'm happy to send people your way, okay? I can't keep running every single mass meditation that there is, okay? But I can certainly help send people to it, right? So if you guys have a group idea in mind where you want to do a mass meditation to put those intentions with free technology, new technology coming forward, let me know. And I'm happy to promote it through here, okay? Thank you, Ellie. I always get that request. Oh, Brad, if there's a mass meditation, can you run it? Well, can't always do it, guys. You guys are more than capable of doing it, too. You don't need me to do it all the time. Because I get those requests quite a lot. Brad, can you do a mass meditation for this? Brad, can you do a mass meditation? Brad, my shoes are too small. Can you do a mass meditation to make sure my feet are smaller? Whatever it is. I don't know. I'm just playing around. Okay. So I got a contribution here from Sharon. Please send emotional healing to my fiance, Sharon. Okay, certainly. So Sharon LaJoy here has a request about everybody just to send emotional healing to her fiance. Okay, so let's just send a lot of love into a prayer to Sharon's fiance. Love, happiness, joy, blessings to him. Hope he is well. And if you need to talk to me more about that, Sharon, drop me an email, okay? Let me know his name. Let me know what he's going through, and we can work on it a lot more deeper. But blessings to you and to your fiancé as well, too. Thank you again. Okay. All right, so like I said, I know there's quite a few healing requests, guys. We're done with healing for now, right? I'd probably be here for hours trying to fulfill every single healing request. So we only have a certain amount of time to which I can do healing per day, okay? Or per week, I should say. Just come back next week. Like I said, my strategy is for you to come here a few minutes early, put your requests in early, put your questions in early as well, too. Get here early. Be an early bird. That way I can get to your question a lot quicker and to your request a lot quicker, all right? Katie Mack, thank you for your contribution. I appreciate that. Leslie says, thank you so much. Feeling so much gratitude for your help. Great. Hope you're feeling better. Okay, Amanda says, I'm wondering what the big booms and hums people been hearing. Is that Mother Earth or a galactic war? Well, a lot of them, if we're basically feeling like booms that are happening like inside the Earth, a lot of that, quite commonly, is the takedown of deep underground military bases. Okay, so we may actually see we may actually start to feel like miniature earthquakes or intense earthquakes, depending on the situation. We may also start to see detonation or feel detonation devices taking place underground. Okay, so where a lot of people have heard these kind of booms, right? They may hear it underground in that way. Those are quite commonly deep underground military bases being detonated. Okay, because a lot of the elitists, or I'm going to call them that, but really a lot of the dark force players are going into these underground bunkers trying to avoid capture, right? And so the counter forces are coming together and discovering where these installations are, and they're infiltrating. But in order to get inside, you basically have to detonate, right? So there's basically these, you could say tunnels, there's these shafts as well too, and they have to detonate to get inside because these bases are very well hidden. And so they basically use a type of advanced X-ray technology, and they're able to X-ray certain areas of the planet. And they say, okay, here's a deep underground military base. Let's create an operation. Let's get in there. That's where a lot of them are hiding, okay? And that's where they go in. They do detonations, and they basically go into the base and start taking it over, right? So a lot of those particular forms of booms can come from deep underground military bases, okay? There are also reports of, again, just strange sounds that are occurring throughout the skies. People start to hear it. A lot of that can be magnetic shifts. A lot of that can be frequency shifts as well, too. We don't exactly have a direct science for that, so I really can't put it too well into words. But a lot of it has to do with some energy shifts, magnetic shifts taking place, and at times we can hear the humming effect of that. So that's something else. So Adronis has talked about that in the past. It's kind of almost like the shifting of dimensions, the shifting of magnetism throughout our planet, and at times it can create these resonant sound frequencies, right? So that's it. A galactic war? Well, we do have the galactic armadas in the solar system, okay? And a lot of these regressives have been apprehended, rounded up. It's like everything that's happening here on the Earth with roundups, right, with infiltrations taking place, the same thing is happening in our star system, okay? So there's underground installations being put on Mars, being put on Phobos, being put on Jupiter's moons, Saturn's moons. A lot of them are still in hiding, right? A lot of them are Draco. We can look into, again, just a lot of regressive races. So again, a lot of the galactic armadas are coming together and trying to snuff them out. Basically trying to find these installations because they're still trying to conceal themselves, right? And being able to infiltrate them, round them up, and taking them out of the star system. Okay? Because some of them are very, very stubborn, and they, again, will form rebellions. And these rebellions will, again, have secret installations throughout the star system. If we can imagine how big our Earth is, imagine, again, the scope that you're looking at through the entire star system. Okay? So they are being rounded up in different installations. Again, kind of like our deep underground military bases here. They have installations far grander, far greater, far more technological. And so a lot of these galactic armadas, as I referred to it as the Galactic Confederation of Planets, Adronis has referred to it as that. Basically, these armadas have special elite teams, and they go in and they look and they identify where these bases are. In fact, for the Counterforce Alliance here on Earth to being able to detect where those bases are, they're using this ET technology. Right? So it's back-engineered ET technology. It's like an advanced X-ray. It can actually just look into the underground portion of our planet and seeing if there's structures, and it can go miles and miles and miles deep. It's quite fascinating. It's almost kind of like a holographic X-ray technology. It's very, very interesting. And then they locate it, they go in, and they start dismantling the base. And then they take out the dark players that are there, rounding them up. Okay? So there's a lot going on. It's a lot of sorting out. I don't know, guys. I don't work for the Alliance. Maybe some people think I do. Or, Brad, how do you have all this information? This is just what Spirit's telling me. So I'm not part of their special forces. I think Brad is. I think he's like smoking a cigarette. He's got like one of those Marine things. He's got like one of those Marine tattoos. Right, going in. All right, let's rescue let's rescue people. Let's take out the deep underground. No, no, guys, that's that's not my area at all. I'm just looking at this from spirit, from what spirit is sharing with me. So that's what I can share about that. So installation, dismantling, and again, a lot of things happening in our star system as well too, with certain takedowns of these regressive races. Okay, some Draco are still holding up. They're still hanging around. They're still concealed in a lot of these underground bases, and so they are getting infiltration, special elite forces there to take care of them. Okay. Okay, David of Shield just says, your beloved military is dug in deep underground in case they decide to wipe out the surface population. David, that is never going to happen, okay? It's not the idea of a doomsday scenario, right? We got to get out of this propaganda. It's not leading to any form of doomsday. 90% of the population of the planet is not going to be exterminated, okay? That's not what's taking place here. Everything is permitted to happen in a certain way to awaken people on a deeper level. That's all that's happening right now. These are trials, right? These are situations that are unfolding to help us see exactly what's been under our feet so people can choose better. They can move into something much more uplifting, something much more advanced, something much more ethical. That's all that's happening. This is not leading to a massive destruction. I know, guys, I've seen the internet porn about that constantly. Oh, Brad, this is going to lead into the destruction of the human race. No, it's not. I don't know what you're reading, but it's nothing but garbage. That's not what's happening. There's far more people awake right now than you would think. There's a lot more happening right now. There's a lot of things changing. There's a lot of things turning. Okay. Yes, deep underground military bases are being used for counterforce purposes because that's where they have to meet. They can meet upon the surface, then they can risk being exposed. If they meet into these underground bases, there's no surveillance that can keep track of them in regards to plans. This is why the human guardians come to certain underground bases to meet together with counterforce personnel to let them know what's happening, utilizing looking glass technology, because that, again, is a secure area, rather than being on the surface and risk being exposed, because pretty much anything on the surface can be surveyed. When you're underground, these military bases are very, very discreet. They're very secretive, and they're very secure. That's why they meet in these certain places, all right? It's not what you guys think. Get out of the fear porn relating to that. Our world is not being destroyed. The human population is not being extinct, not going extinct. That is not the case. And if you're reading that, sorry to say you're reading slander, right? Okay, let me go down here a bit more. Military-industrial security complex is probably one of the biggest threats of humanity. That's how backwards we're getting. Well, they were. They certainly were at that time. Guys, you have to remember that a lot of the counterforces that are here now were once part of these elite groups. They were once part of these agendas that represented world domination in that way. Many of them have seen the light. If you're immediately throwing judgment at people in regards to saying what they previously did and what they're doing right now, you're not seeing them for who they are right now. David, there's a lot more going on than you may know. A lot of it is changing around. Yes, there's certainly been a lot of complexity. Yes, there's been a lot of tyranny relating to military, but it's actually the world militaries that are coming together right now to help turn all of this around. I'm sharing this because this is exactly what I'm getting. This is not me blowing smoke up your butt. It's exactly what's taking place right now. People have had enough. That's exactly why the counterforces are born. Okay? Look into it deeper rather than what you're hearing from hearsay. Because again, it's important that you guys look at this into your own heart. I'm just telling you guys from what I'm getting from deep inside. You don't have to believe me. I'd say just go into yourself. Go in. Listen to yourself. Let Spirit talk to you. You'll hear the same thing. Okay? You know that I have I've recommended Tarot by Janine to you guys. Okay? There's a reason I've recommended her. Because she gets the same kind of answers that I do when we're looking at these things. I hear her talk about all these different things, about where we're going in the world, about what's happening in the world. I get the exact same thing that she gets. She's very accurate. Okay, Tarot by Janine. She's wonderful. I know she's very, very busy because she's got a very popular channel, but I highly recommend staying tuned with her because her information is fantastic. Okay, the reason I say that is because her and I get the same answers. So it's very, very good. We're not going into a belittling, doomsday, dystopian world, guys. We're going into the opposite. We're seeing all this crap flush out right now. Again, we're pushing the old earth out the door, and we're welcoming in the new earth with open arms. That's where we're going. Okay. Okay, going down the list here a bit more. Just give me a moment, guys. I'm still just reading some questions here. Okay, Simon Malik says, what do you think about metaverse? Is it some kind of new control system? I'm not too familiar with metaverse. I think you're referring to the idea of meta in that way, in regards to what Zuckerberg has been doing in that way. It's harmless, guys. It really is. A lot of stuff is being infiltrated. It's what I talked about last week as well, too. A lot of the social media is now being infiltrated into counterforce hands. The mainstream media is going to fall behind it. Okay, guys, don't worry about getting too much into the idea of metaverse. If you don't like it, don't follow it, right? If it's something that doesn't fit right with you, don't follow it. Tell people about it, too. Just say, I'm just not really feeling anything with this. And people already know the censorship that's been going on, right? So, of course, they're not really going to follow it. A lot of things are coming into counterforce possession now. That's what I can say about it. Other than that, I don't know. I haven't really looked into the metaverse thing. But if it's something with Zuckerberg, no, it's not really something I'd follow either. Okay. Okay, Rainbow Lightwork Warrior says, hi, Brad, I've had tingling in my body for 7 years. Well, Rainbow, that's very vague, okay? You got to talk to me. Okay, guys, don't be afraid to email me. info@newearthteachings.org. Tell me what's going on. I have to look at your history. I have to look at your background. I have to tune into you. I have to get an idea about what you're going through. And then we can look into a little bit more deeper, okay? So please feel free to email me if you want. Okay. Okay. Okay, just give me a minute, guys. There's a lot of comments here. I'm just trying to find if there's a question. Or people are just chatting. So, Stacy says, Brad, have you heard anything about solar? Oh, okay, here we go. It's down here. Brad, anything on solar flares have anything to do with downloads or anything like that? Guys, solar flares, as I call them, solar plumes, are a very big benefit, okay? That's nourishment for the earth. When we're getting this solar activity from the sun, remember what I said about the sun? The sun does not have its own heat, and the sun does not have its own light. I've talked about this on my YouTube channel. Okay, it's a New Earth Teachings episode, the true nature about the sun. Guys, there's no such thing as a solar flare. It's a solar plume, okay? It's the idea of radiation and water, right? And etheric plasma. Why do you think that the SOHO probe satellite has to look at the sun in X-ray? Okay, it's not seeing it through what we call our common high definition because you wouldn't see anything. Okay, it's an X-ray vision, and the X-ray vision is basically what's causing us to look at the situation with the sun in that way. But when we have these solar plumes, when we have these ejections coming forward, that's being absorbed into the earth, right? And as that's being absorbed into the earth, that's a nourishment. That's like getting a health pill. Right? It's like having this supplement being taken into the earth and rejuvenating yourself. Okay? The magnetic field is never going to deteriorate. Based upon that, that is a myth. This is not about the idea of the magnetic field thinning from the earth because of these solar plumes. The sun doesn't do that. No. The magnetic field, again, is part of the carrier frequency pertaining to this radiation waves, and it enters the poles of the earth, and then it moves in the outside relating to its magnetics. Okay? So again, there's a lot more going on relating to the sun that we're not aware of. Remember what I've talked about with sonoluminescence. It's our very own ethers contained within our atmosphere that is responsible for triggering the heat and light effect to what we see that the sun is giving. Okay, the sun is giving radiation, it's giving intense vibration out, and it's therefore bombarding our atmosphere, and it's creating this pressure that creates the light and the heat that we get. And oxygen is the carrier for that. So you have the Van Allen radiation belt that's functioning as an oscillator. The atmosphere, again, is receiving this constant pressure of vibration, and that's what's creating light and heat. The heat comes upon the planet through these rays, and it bounces back up. Okay, and oxygen is the carrier for this. I'm not telling you guys anything new. Nikola Tesla knew this. Why do you think Nikola Tesla was looking to build technology to actually create a second sun in the sky to harness for energetic purposes? Okay, that's what he was intending to do, and that has now become HARP, right? It was working together with scalar frequencies. Scalar frequencies intensified to a certain degree, penetrated upon the atmosphere, creating that second sun, creating that light and that heat. This is all the sun is doing naturally. It's taking all of its natural rays, bombarding the Van Allen belt, functioning as an oscillator, working together with the atmosphere, putting that pressure together, and again, it is directed based upon the position of the sun in the sky. That's why we have day and night cycles. I explain it all in The True Nature of the Sun. There is no solar flares. It's a solar plume. That's the difference. This is not hurting the Earth at all. This is illuminating her. This is bringing her into a greater thing. Like I said, she's getting her supplements, right? She's getting her vitamin D in that way, okay? Nothing to be concerned about. It's all part of shifts because, yes, there's going to be some shifts emotionally taking place. That's what happens. All this light is coming in, and it's purging all of this debris all together, right? It's moving us into higher frequency. It's moving the planet into higher frequency. Some of us can basically take all of that emotions and start feeding it back into ourselves because we're still attached to it through identity. But again, this is happening. It's all part of the Earth uplifting herself, moving into more. She's getting the nourishment from her father, the sun. Okay. Going down the list here. Okay. Okay, Melissa has a question here. Brad, I realize you will be covering chakras soon, but how to release blocks in the sacral? Free creativity and deaden libido. I'll be getting to that, okay? I'll be getting that in the video, so stay tuned, okay? We'll look on clearing that. Remember, like I said, the root and the sacral are twins, okay? I'll be talking about that in the video. You're working basically with two chakras at once when you're working with the root and the sacral chakra, okay? So do not worry about following New Age practices relating to the chakras. They're incorrect, okay? I'm working with the Edgar Cayce system, and I'm working with the Vedic system, the yogic system, okay? And that's what I'm combining together and teaching you guys how to use, because those two are very accurate, all right? So just give me a moment, guys. I'm still just looking at some stuff. We're going to probably take one or two more questions before we wrap up. Lurker Woman, I think I just talked about the sun, solar flares, and earthquakes. So I already talked about that. But thanks for your question anyways. Okay, here's Amanda asking a question here. I have another question if you want to take it. What is the case of the missing people in national parks? Theory is it's interdimensional or military operated. In the past, it was part of seizing children, right? Seizing people. And a lot of it would be dark cult related, right? So there was a lot of dark cult that was taking place. It wasn't the only reason, but that's one of the majority reasons, right? It was basically a lot of these infiltrators, you could say, that are hanging around national parks. A lot of them would abduct children there, right? And of course, they would use children for their own sick purposes, okay? And so people would go missing because, again, a lot of these secret infiltrators would hang around these national parks. And they would just act like everyday people, and they basically would abduct people off paths, basically wait for someone to get separated and abduct them, right? So a lot of it was human abductions, okay? And a lot of it was for these dark cult members. There have been certain things with portals, there have been certain things with interdimensional activity, as I've talked about, but that's not in the majority sense. The majority is much more in regards to human abductions that have been taking place, okay? And that was from old dark cult situations. I believe it's getting a lot less right now because there's so much taking down of them right now, but it may still happen from time to time. So like I said, just watch your children, right? Never let them out of your sight if you're going for a walk in these parks. Okay. Okay, I think we'll end with this question here. It's a little interesting. So Frederick asks, "Hi Brad, can you be an amazing healer, helping the people to raise their consciousness in one life, and be a Draco reptilian in the next life to destroy human, or vice versa?" Frederick, you're looking at this way too linearly, and that's a problem. Okay? You have to understand that you are everyone and that you are everything. It's not just looking at the things of like choosing stars in the sky that are there. Okay, if all we see that when we look in the night sky, if that's all the stars we think are there, and then we go out into space and we see tons and tons more, well then again, that is completely alleviating our ignorance. It is not about looking at these pick and choose lifetimes. Oh, okay, this time here I was a Native American, and this time here I was an Egyptian, and this time here I was an Italian, and this time here I was working as a Roman sentinel, or all those things. Okay? It's not about that pick and choose. It's the idea that there's so much complexity in regards to the nature of who you really are. The intellect will just burn out. Okay? You're just going to get a brain burn trying to figure out all these things that you have been. Okay, if you're looking at it intellectually, the intellectual mind can't keep up. It's too dumb. It will just fizz out. It'll have a short circuit, right? So the whole idea here is realizing that you are all things, okay? I'm all of you guys watching this right now, right? I'm every single person on this planet. I'm every single person in the star system. I'm every single being in the galaxy, in all galaxies, in the universe, in the multiverse, etc. I am all those things. Right? That's the true nature of ourselves. Now again, when I do readings with people, there are times where I pick up specific lifetimes because they are relevant to the relationship of what you're going through right now in this lifetime. This is what I can do through the Spirit Insight sessions, for example. Okay? If you have a request and saying, "Brad, I'd like to look into another lifetime about maybe something that relates to what I'm going through," sure, I'm more than happy to look into it, because I don't go through the Akasha, I go through Spirit. Okay? Spirit goes into the Akasha, shares this information with me, and I share it with that person. Okay? It's a little bit more complicated than the idea of saying, "Oh, one lifetime I was a Draco and now I'm here." No, it doesn't work that way. You are looking at the totality of the web that makes you who you are. The soul is an enigma, Frederick. You cannot just pinpoint it to another lifetime and saying, "Oh, that's who I was." Right? That just becomes ignorant. It's not looking into the idea of one or two lifetimes and saying, "Oh yeah, but I was this regressive person, I was this regressive being, I was this reptilian, I would devour humans, and here I am now on the planet and I'm such a nice guy." Okay, again, that's very, very difficult to answer. It's you're putting a lot of this intention towards a lifetime that you cannot claim in relationship together with who you are right now. You're looking at an entirely different perspective, an entirely different theme. This is why it gets a little bit complicated. Rather, talk to Spirit and look into the relevance of relationships, of lifetimes that are here to assist you in helping yourself know more about why you're here at this time. Because when you're poking in around a Draco reptilian lifetime, that really has nothing to do with what you're here to do pertaining to your compassion work. You're going to let that go. All right? So there's a lot more to it than just trying to pick and choose, right? Mix and match, looking at certain lifetimes that are not in relevance together with what you're going through right now. There's an entire web, there's an entire network. And again, I would need to talk to you. I would need to look into these things a little bit more deeply with you, and then we can go deeper into that. Okay? So Spirit Insight session would be one of those things that we could look into. Okay? That's kind of like the new Akashic Record sessions, except it's not Akashic Record, it's done with Spirit. And it's just the request. If a person wants to do a lifetime reading with me, great. Just let me know after you purchase the session through email, and then I'm happy to do that. All right? Okay, guys, we're going to wrap up for today. Thank you so much, everybody, for all of your great questions and for your requests. And again, I will be back on Tuesday for New Earth Insights. Okay, so that's the pure Q&A live stream event, Tuesday at 11 a.m. Pacific. And then I'll be back on Thursday for New Earth Practices, right? That's where we're doing practices, inner work, inner development. And then, of course, back next Friday for more healing, practices, and Q&A. Thank you, everybody. Have a great rest of the week, and I'll speak to you again next week. Be well, and take care.